Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway in Southern California. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Two and a throw right away. Right away, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw again on second down. Tua. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete, and touchdown. A great effort there. 72 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. McPherson on for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Credit the tackle for loss to Robert Quinn.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to pass. Tua. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's get him.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. LA set to take over again on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 2nd and 7, Tua throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Now Brown. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! LaShawn McCoy, 65 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2nd down, another carry for Jackson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. They'll run again with Jackson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the defense. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's getting touchdown. Mike Ditka, 35 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Tua throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And all the way in for the touchdown. He returns the punt 61 yards. As his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it is 42-0. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Tua sets up to pass it. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the great one, Darrelle Revis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And McPherson on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Chargers getting set to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt.
He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline.
One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Looking deep now for McCoy. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. Sean McCoy as the first half is winding down as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively off. And it's a fumble. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills,
Yep.
and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it. Touchdown!
Devontae Smith
In the final seconds of the first half. And this offense is running away with this one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. From the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And there he goes again. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now,
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They run on first down with Jackson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And it's a touchdown. Officially, it'll be a 68-yard punt return score. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of pressures in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in.
And he loses the football a second time. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Thomas brings it in. Touchdown. Demaryius Thomas. 28 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On second down, this is Jackson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. With it is Brown. And he will have a touchdown. That punt returned 66 yards, and it goes the distance as his guys continue to pour it on.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Here we go, set, room 32.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Tua going to throw. Dance it to a hit, and the ball is out. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Keep giving it to him. Come on, keep giving it to him. Let's go.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt, but for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chargers ready to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Nothing's free. Nothing's free.
And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
McPherson on for the point after.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now the LA offense ready for this next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10. Tua hit, and the ball is out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Rasul Douglas picks it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Tua.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
From the 38, Tua.
That's complete to Bo Jackson.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Back to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. To try again after the sack.
Tua got a man. It's Randy Moss. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, wide open, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And McPherson on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stinks.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little